Pace car pulls off the track and leaves the field in the hands of Ross Peterson, who's only done this 2 other times throughout his career. And it's go! Peterson leads them to the green. Paul Lyons in that 21 car got an excellent start, and so did Colin Evans. You see them already diving to the inside there. And there's another silver car, that's Redlick, and then I see McGlynn diving to the bottom as well early on. Lyons already around Sandoval almost. The 11 car of Snyder's coming down, looks like he might give him a little help. Peterson may have to abandon Sandoval here. No, he's going to stick with his teammate. The 2 Chapman cars, Ross Peterson and Stuart Sandoval in the middle. You got 2 National Racing cars, Paul Lyons and Damian Snyder on the inside, and then you have Lewis Kingston and Joel Rodriguez on the outside. And I think they get their engines from the same place, Kingston and Rodriguez. I'm not sure though. Well, if they keep fighting like this, I think Lewis Kingston may have the better drafting partner. Kingston will lead the lap, but I think he's going to fall back in a hurry. Paul Lyons, that 21 car is looking pretty strong right now. Lyons to the bottom, going for the lead. And I think Lyons is going to get it here. And yes, he does. Now, I think what some of you may have already noticed is that some of the cameras, after they switch, freeze up just a little bit. We've been having a slight problem with that all weekend. So if you just forgive us on that. Snyder looking to the inside of his teammate. Looks like Lyons is trying to slide up the racetrack and then lead 1 lap, but the only problem with that is the 11 car is much faster than 21. Here comes Snyder. And yes, Snyder leads the lap. Wonder if maybe could have held up. No, I don't think so. I think if he would have held up just a little bit, 98 would have just plowed right over him. Can't exactly just kind of hold up the field. And Jeff Sesnick looking for the lead right now. Sesnick and that 98 looking on the inside of Snyder in the 11. Jeff's car was it was very fast in the draft, but in single car runs it wasn't very fast. That 98 car is showing a lot right now. And look at Colin Evans almost going 4 wide, and that's a bad idea. I think the officials might have to give him a little note there, a little slap on the wrist afterwards and remind him not to do that. It's a good thing, though, he didn't. Snyder leads the lap. Sesnick in that 98 car is looking for the lead. He wants, he's not in it for points. He never is. He just wants to get out there and run with these guys, and right now that 98 car is going for the lead right now. Got Colin Evans, Joseph Howard, and Manny Brown behind him. He's got one of the Evans cars and then 2 of the McAllisters. Manny Brown, of course, moved over to the McAllister Racing Team, and we're on board with Ross Peterson. It's one of those roof cameras. We've also been having some problems with these. Not technical problems, I guess you could say mechanical ones, because there's so much air turbulence that it actually knocks the cameras out. Yeah, I don't believe that either, but the Arla cars do not have this problem. That's because I think the Arla models are a little bit different. The Master Cup Series cars are shaped much differently than the Arla cars, and therefore the camera's a bit more vulnerable to breakages. There's Lyons on the outside, Colin Evans on the inside going 3 wide for the lead right now. And there goes Evans on the inside. The rookie, Colin Evans, son of Anthony Evans, who made his mark in the series last year. That team went to 2 cars, and now Colin in the 2nd car, car number 30 on the inside. He's got Joseph Howard with him. Manny Brown's already dropped that line, he's in the middle now. And there's Gary Edwards in the 61 car. Colin Evans looking very strong, though, for a rookie. The young Texan looks like he's going to lead his first ever TM Master Cup Series lap, and he does. I think Colin may just want to jump to the rear now, because here comes Joseph Howard. Howard slips up to the middle, and Gary Edwards comes in. Howard has won the Clutch 11th Hour race, which was held just yesterday. The 11th hour race. There's not one of those camera freezes we were talking about. Well, anyway, the 11th hour race was about as crazy as you could expect. Of course, Alan Hodges, the defending winner of that race, coming into this year. We're on the back bumper of Gary Edwards' car. speaking of the 11th hour race, so the 11th hour race is where they take all the pole winners and then stick them into one race and then let them have at each other. And Damian Snyder absolutely destroyed everybody in there. He basically dominated the entire event, which is a great surprise to everyone. Hodges in the 13 car was second. Of course, the defending winner of 11th hour is also permitted into the race, and that would be Hodges. He has only one career pole, and that got him into the race, and he won it. Now he's going to have to do it again if he wants to get back into 11th hour. There's Tony Durbin, the defending TM Master Cup Series champion. You see Kurt Walker behind him, the 24. I think they've got an interesting strategy, and that they're going to hang out towards the back of the field, and then after the big wreck occurs, hopefully they won't be in it. And they're not in a very good lane to avoid it right now. They're right in the middle. Yeah, the idea is they want to get to the inside lane. Is probably the best place you want to be to avoid the big one. But the idea is they're just going to hang in the back, and then after the big one happens, then they'll charge to the front. Big wreck usually happens, though we have had instances where it hasn't. We're on the front bumper of Danny Sullivan's car. That's car number 91. He is being shown in the 5th position right now. That's Alan Hodges in front of him, and then in front of Hodges is Gary Edwards, the race leader, though you can't see him. We haven't had any problems with these cameras, unless, of course, one car runs into another. I think they do give an excellent view, however. These are not exactly new. The GRL started using them 2 years ago, and, of course, the Master Cup Series caught on. Hodges moves up, and Sabin, the rock star, moves up to the first car in the inside draft behind Gary Edwards. That's Zelda Ashby in the Team Nintendo car. What a run Ashby's given for that team. They have not had much to smile about, let me tell you. James Lombardy gave his last run for that team in the 11th hour race. Didn't do so well. And this is the aerial view. I think we're following Hodges. Can't really tell who the camera's centered on. Sullivan goes to the lead, it looks like, and that's Ashby behind him. Sullivan moves up to the center. Center has not been the fast way around this track. It's been the slowest lane, but Sullivan leads the lap anyway. Ashby on the bottom, Edwards on top. Danny Sullivan had a excellent run here last year, but I believe he received some damage or something and wasn't as good as he used to be. There's Zelda Ashby going for the lead in car number 55. Team Nintendo car is putting on a show. Got Julia Nosova behind her as well in the 1. The Team Nintendo car was not at all fast in practice. It was actually, I think, the slowest car on the racetrack, but obviously practice doesn't mean a damn thing because Ashby is running out front. Well, Ashby leads the lap. I'm not sure if that's the first lap they've ever led or what. Either way, they should be smiling about it because that's an excellent performance so far. Nosova to the lead with underdogs Dan Deffler and James Dalton behind her. Yes, James Dalton. I'd have to say he's an underdog because Dalton either goes very quickly on the circuit or very quickly off the circuit, if you follow me. He led the series in DNFs last year. Deffler looking on the inside of Nosova as they come off of 4. Nosova to the middle. Here they come down to the line. Who's going to lead it? Oh, at 55 may do it. Ashby. Yes, Ashby leads the lap. Denied by Ashby. Looking back at Leonid Roderick in car number 4. Former 3-time series champion, just turned the fastest lap of the race. Yes, car number 4 has got another very fast car right behind him. That's Mike Whitmore in the 73. And then Palmer Styles in the 34. Right in front of him has also been a very fast car all weekend. Palmer Styles has gone 2 seasons without a victory. And that is a big surprise for me, because Palmer usually runs up front early and often in these TM Master Cup Series races. Didn't do that as much last year. Still did as well as he thought he would in points. Dan Deffler just led that last lap, by the way. Yeah, Styles had a kind of average points finish for what we know him as. But last year, I don't think it was Palmer's best season. I think he's looking to improve on that. Well, the Flash Racing organization was doing excellent, and that's one of the teams that I believe they're giving an engine to for this one race. Car number 76, I believe he's using one of the Flash Racing engines just for this one race. James Dalton to the inside, Palmer Styles, and then Leonid Roderick. They've got Mike Whitmore, Todd Rodashik, and Brian Sendak behind him. Dalton leads him off at turn number 4. So Hugh can lead unlucky lap 13, and it's Dalton! They're looking awfully racy in the front, and in the back they're doing the same thing too. Nobody's fallen off the lead draft yet, which is, I think, an absolute surprise. Same thing happened last year, though. Yeah, right. Styles moving up the racetrack, and Roderick moving in. 34 car moves up. Palmer usually likes it on the outside here at these restrictor plate tracks. Not too fond of the inside. Yeah, Palmer likes to go very fast around here. There's Roderick on the inside, Whitmore behind him. Look at Nosova still hanging in there in that one car. Now that was another very slow car in practice, but as we saw, I don't think practice really matters. And Roderick leads the lap. Mike Whitmore in second, Palmer Styles in third, Todd Rodarchik in fourth, and then Julian Nosova in fifth. Look at this, the left side camera. Yes, these are new 2 years ago, but they're still one of our favorites. You see, we're on Leonid Roderick's car. There's Mike Whitmore going by. Then there's Todd Rodarchik. We can get a good look at the 37. I can see Roderick's getting a good run here. And he's getting alongside Whitmore in the 73 car. Not quite, though. Looks like Whitmore's got the better draft. And looks like he will lead this lap coming off of turn number 4. That was almost an entire lap in that camera. And as Mike Whitmore leads lap number 15, I think it's a good time we step out for a few minutes. We'll be right back here at Daytona. Don't turn that dial.